No, your videos don't suck, but I'll tell you how I took my videos from this to this, and why that made my videos go from a few thousand views to a few million. Spoilers, it's not about having a better camera, better gameplay, or better lighting. But it couldn't hurt. But why do your gaming videos die so fast? Why, when you click post on a video you work so hard on, does it just instantly flop and get maybe 2 views? Well, I got some good news. Don't worry. It's not your content. It's not even your gameplay. Well, it might be. The number one problem that everybody has, and it's always the same thing, nobody cares about you. Sounds harsh. You might go cry for a bit. I did. But don't worry, because there's a word at the end of all that, which is yet. Nobody cares about you yet. And that's not their fault. That's because you haven't given them a reason to care, just like I didn't back when I was getting 10, 20, couple of hundred views. I never gave that person a reason to care about my videos. And plus, gaming is oversaturated anyway, so it's kind of hard to stand out. Which is why it's even more important that your viewers' attention needs to be earned instantly. And it's one thing I've really struggled with all throughout making content. And the biggest mistake every content creator makes, especially me, is that you assume you already have fans. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. No one cares. No, literally no one gives a shit. And the thing is, they can, but they just don't know you yet. So why is that? Well, they open their phone, they go on TikTok, YouTube, whatever, and your viewer opens that app cold. They're emotionally switched off. They're not sure what they're doing. They're just bored. They're opening their phone. So they're scrolling. They don't know you yet. Right? Think about you when you scroll. Think about when I'm scrolling. We're all scrolling. If I come across a creator that instantly starts explaining something that I don't care about or that you don't care about, what do? We just swipe. So why do you think we do that? Because to stop them from scrolling, you have to create an instant emotional moment. I like that. Instant emotional moment. Yeah. Gameplay, unless you're a pro gamer, is just not going to be enough anymore. Gameplay is how you make someone stay, but attention is how you make them stop scrolling. You have to get someone's attention before they can become part of your community. Not the other way around. It's not community, then attention. It's... yeah. Okay, James, so how do I do that? Well, I'll tell you how. Well, there's a few ways, but I'm going to give you 3 really easy ways to create an emotional moment really quickly. And if you want more, you can subscribe. I can't wink. Number 1, stakes. Set up something in the hook. Doesn't have to be massive, but you have to make it sound massive. It can be as small as the viewer wants to find out something that you have set up. Or maybe there's a forfeit if you don't get X amount of eliminations or a certain amount of XP you need to reach. For example, what I do in a lot of my videos is I make it about the viewer, usually negative. For example, a few videos I've done here is PlayStation is stealing your games. Xbox just pissed off PlayStation players. Nintendo might brick your Switch and so on. So by me saying PlayStation is stealing your games, there are so many PlayStation users out there. Now, if I have a PlayStation, I'm scrolling on TikTok, I see someone dancing, maybe I see a girl I like, maybe something's funny, and then, oh, PlayStation players are stealing your games. The fuck? Why are PlayStation players stealing my games? It's my game, what? You're in, right? I'm hooked. That's the point of a hook. I've stopped scrolling. I now want to know why they're stealing my games. Set up the stakes and you've got them hooked. Okay, but how do you keep their attention? Number 2, curiosity. Once you get them invested in the stakes, give them something to think about besides that. You want to get them thinking, almost predicting the next step or the end of the video. And how I like to do this is by making them think of questions. So again, going with the PlayStation example, they're thinking, why? Why are the games getting stolen? And also they're worried about their own games. So now I know that in their mind they're thinking, why? And they're also thinking, how? And I want to build on that curiosity as I go throughout the video, hence a secondary hook maybe. But to keep it simple, you just want to think about what can get their mind going, what gets them more involved in the video personally. For example, you've got "this completely broke my game. I didn't expect this to happen. This changed everything. I thought this was fake." All super generic, but if you add some context to it, suddenly becomes very different. Instead of "this completely broke my game," you can say "PlayStation completely ruined this game." Okay, now again, it's like, I had a PlayStation. What game did they ruin? Did I buy that game? Is it going to ruin my game? And then once I used stakes and curiosity into my videos, I got a lot more views. But there's still one more problem. They weren't following as much as I wanted them to. So how can we take this further to get followers, comments, shares, a girlfriend? We'll just stick with the first 3. So number 3, Personality. Look, everyone's different. It sounds cliche, but it's true. And it's what I've used to get way more followers with pretty much the exact same views. So what I like to do, and it's how, again, I got a lot more followers by doing this, is by injecting my own personality into the videos. I like funny one-liners and I like jokes. You might be a bit more serious, calm. We might be like loud and sarcastic. It doesn't really matter what you are. Get it in the video. Take your idea, take your personality, and put it together into the video, because anyone can tell a story, but you want to make it so they want to hear the story from you. For example, I've been keeping to gaming news for years now, ages. But there are so many people on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram that talk about gaming news, so why listen to me? That's because I try and put as much personality into the videos as I can. But I have found it difficult to balance this over the years, sometimes giving it way too much personality, but then sometimes giving it way too much just views and statistics and that. You need a balance. That's because I spoke more about me and my one-liners than the actual value of the video. Basically, it's tough to balance. You gotta practice. But what I have been doing recently, and I'll tell you because I'm nice, is in the video I've been putting this one-liner that gets me loads of followers, and it's actually a call to action, a CTA. Fancy word. I'm sure you've heard that everywhere, but basically it just means that you want the viewer to do something. Because we've worked so hard to get their attention, now what? Obviously we want to keep them watching the video, but maybe we can get something else as well, like followers. For example, we'll go to the PlayStation video. So for the PlayStation video, I said about stealing games, and let's say, and you won't believe what games they're stealing. And what games are they stealing? I hear you asking, my loyal follower. A little bit of a pause, and then go, oh, you are following, right? And I've noticed that that single line gets me significantly more followers than if the line wasn't in there or it was at the end of the video. And it's because the viewer feels more involved. It feels like I'm talking directly to them, like I'm on FaceTime. Okay, great. So we've got 3 things to work on, but how do I actually put this into the video? I hear you asking. My loyal subscriber. Yeah, okay. But you get the point, right? But subscribe. But it's gonna be different for every video, but you wanna apply it with context. What does that mean? It means you wanna fill in the gaps for your specific video. For example, in this video, I said GTA 6 just got one final update, and boys, this is the one we've been waiting for. If you wanna apply this to any other video, you can just say it like this. X just got one final X, and boys, this is the one we've been X for. And that can just be anything. It can be any game, any topic, anything. Like instead of waiting, it can be we've been begging, or we've been scared of, or it can be anything. You can put the X anywhere, but make it about the topic of the video and then apply your personality and context to that. Once you do that enough times, you'll have a structure, and then you're just filling in the gaps. If that sounds too complicated, don't worry, subscribe. I break other stuff down later down the line. Don't worry. And honestly, luck absolutely exists. Sometimes videos you thought would flop will absolutely explode, and then videos you work so hard on that you think will get so many views just completely flop. Yeah, algorithms are weird. They really are. But something I did realize is I can increase the probability of the success of my videos by focusing on those 3 things. Look, I can't control the views I get or the virality, but I can control the attention. Look, if this video helped you in any way, like, subscribe. I'm gonna have a free hook guide for you guys soon, so subscribe for that in a bit.